What are you doing?
Welcome to Crescent Valley, buddy! This is what we do for fun!
So we have got the Western Star and the Zacklift ready to go. We're headed out on a 4-day road trip that's going to complete our month-long testing of the brand new EcoFlow Delta 3 Plus. It's been powering this camper here and all sorts of other things for the last month. We got to thank EcoFlow for sponsoring this here video. We're gonna put this thing to the test because we have got that Delta 3 Plus right inside here in my camper, hidden back there. We'll pull it out later, show you a little better view of what's all going on. But you can see we've got microwaves and extension cords and air conditioning heating units, fridges, cameras, drones, all sorts of other stuff in here. Plus this whole camper running off of that unit right there. That unit's been getting used for all kinds of stuff over the last month. I've even shown you some sneak peeks of it in a previous video, but we're gonna get headed out. We're heading to the center of Nevada gold mining country to do some big jobs here with the Zacklift. So we're gonna hop in the Western Star here, get loaded up and head out on the road. All right, no, not that one. It's kind of hard not to push that one when I'm pulling a trailer, but the trailer's not air brake, so we don't need it. So just the tractor. So we are all set and hitting the road. Hopefully we'll be back here in 4 days if everything goes according to plan. And yes, I'm pulling my camper on my trailer behind my wrecker because I just got this tiny little sleeper, and it's a very small space to live in for 4 days. So we're bringing the camper to make it comfy. But once again, off across the wide open desert we go. I seem to do this a lot. Just lots of roads through the middle of nowhere. My favorite place. Oh, we pulled over here in the town of Riley. That is the store and archery shop. That is the post office, and that is the entire town. But we pulled over so we could open up the EcoFlow app here, check on our Delta 3 Plus. It is at 83%, so then we can go over to the Wave 2. Wait for it to pop up. There it is. We were able to turn it on, get the AC going. So we're going to stop just up the road to get some lunch, and I want it to be nice and cool in there while we do. So then right there from the app, we got the AC turned on back in the camper back there so that when we stop for lunch up the road a ways, it'll be nice and cool in there, ready for us. We can also check on our solar is bringing in 106 watts right now, and it's sunny out there, but there's a big cloud. I don't know where that thing's sitting, which is why that's a little low. We can see our output, our input, all the stuff going on without even having to go back there and check. All right, let's go up and find a spot for lunch up the road here. All right, it is about 2 hours down the road from where I saw you last. I had no intention of driving that far down the road before we got lunch, but I just didn't get hungry, so I kept driving. And then I got really hungry, so pulled over here in the middle of nowhere. We're gonna get us some lunch. It should be nice and cool in here since this thing's been running with the AC on for like 2 hours. And sure enough, we got it set to 71. It's currently 69. This thing's just on its low little keep it cool mode. And now one thing I have going on, you see underneath there, I know it's a mess, I'm traveling right now. Underneath there is the extra battery pack. But over there, I don't know if you can't see, I unplugged the extra battery pack on the Wave 2. And then in here, I have the Delta 2 extra battery, but again, I have it unplugged. I am making the Delta 3 Plus do all the work with no extra help from the other extra batteries. Because I mean, come on, the whole point is to test it, so we're testing it. Normally, I'm not a fan of app-controlled devices, but both of these, especially that Delta 3 Plus there, all this stuff can be controlled right on the unit itself, but it is nice. Like in this case from the truck, I'm able to turn stuff on, turn it on. I can check and make sure the fridge is still running. Like that actually is a really handy feature. But that unit can be completely controlled from the screen there. You don't need the app to run it. All right, lunch is done. Time to hit back on the road again. Now tell me what you think of this. See this space right here? That space to me looks like it'd be perfect for like an ATV to fit, like a four-wheeler. Just got to convince my wife that that's what it looks like it should go there too. But for now, everything on the truck and trailer is looking good. So we're going to load back up and keep headed southeast-ish. Just absolutely beautiful out here. Just views and views forever. That's the backside of the Steens Mountains over there. Valley full of cattle down here. and just not a soul in sight as far as you can see in any direction. Wonderful, wonderful place. We have made it to the Maverick in Winnemucca, Nevada, and it seems like every other truck has made it here as well. So we're gonna sit here and wait our turn to go in and get some fuel. Oh, our turn right here. Let's get in here. This is the slowest truck pump I've ever seen. Normally the high flow is fast, especially when you got two of them going. $71 gallons. 245 bucks. All right, we got our fuel. We went inside and got a milkshake and used the restroom. Actually, in the opposite order of that. And now we are getting back on the highway, headed east into Gold Country. Okay, update. I'm walking down the median of a highway now, as you can see. Because well, on the other side of that guy, right there is my truck and my trailer. And I noticed something in my mirrors, because you know you should check your mirrors often. And I look, and it was one of the wheels and tires of my trailer cruising next to me in the other lane. And then it came over here to the median. Thank God it did not go up the other side towards oncoming traffic. It just kind of rode this trough of the median and settled down. So now we're going for a walk to go find it. Hope it's not too far. I think I see it over here. There it is, yeah. So it came off quite a ways down there, and I watched it go, and then I watched it come in the median. That was super, super scary because I was terrified of it going in the other lane and hitting someone, because that could be deadly. So you could see right here the path it rolled it. This trough kind of kept it right in the trough as it went. I watched it go back and forth until it slowed down enough. You could see right here it turned and just, it wasn't riding over there. It finally slowed down enough and curved over here. And yeah, there's my wheel and tire. Let's oh, my truck is way up there, so let's take it back. Come on, little tire, back over here. You don't need to play in the road by yourself. Wood block under the chain keeps the binder from binding up when you try to tighten it. Down underneath the U-bolts and up to that. We'll support the axle up. We'll drop the tongue back down. Pick it up off the block. We're good to go. Back on the road. All right, that car's moving over and I got a gap to the next one. So we're going. Jake brake off. And we're rolling again with all 13 tires. So clearly that was a case, I don't think I showed it very good from the side of the road, but all of the studs are sheared off, which is clearly a case of the lug nuts got loose, sheared the studs. That's what's happened. How they got loose that quick, I don't know. Clearly I did not check them enough since the wheel fell off, but before this trip, I did check all the air pressure, grease all the hubs, and check all the lugs on that trailer. I physically put a hand wrench or socket, whatever, on every single one of those lug nuts on that trailer. Grease the hubs, as you can see by the fresh grease on the tire and the end of the hub sticking out back there. And check the air pressure in all of them to make sure it's good to go for this trip, because it is, you know, a good trip. So this trailer, since these tires and wheels have been on it, they're fairly new. It has done 5 or 6 multi-day trips, so it's got quite a bit of miles on it since those were put on. And normally, like, once you put a trailer on or tire on, you like 50 miles, check them, maybe 100, a couple hundred miles, check them again, and then I've always, like, after the first day, I try to check them again, and then it's before every big trip. So I did that before this one, and clearly they were not tight enough, or they were too tight maybe, because that's the thing too, get too tight, it can stress the studs and stretch them, and then they come loose and break off. That's possible too. I don't think they were, but clearly something was wrong, and I take blame for it since it is my trailer and my wheel that fell off. I am so thankful that it stayed in that median and didn't cross the highway. That could have been like catastrophic. So I checked on the side of the road there before we took off again. I checked all of the other tires' lug nuts. All of them were tight, none of them were loose, not even a little bit. So for that one to be so loose that it sheared the studs off is kind of concerning and confusing. So either way, my tire fell off, I take the blame, figure out what happened. We got some repairs to do to the trailer before we tow it home, and we'll figure it out from there. I was definitely not planning on getting here in the dark, but there were some delays. So we've made it. We're at Iron King's yard in Nevada, where we're going to be for a few days doing some projects to go back and fire up the heater for tonight with that EcoFlow and see if we stay warm. Oh, you know, just a 365 rolling by. Not a big deal, just another day at Iron King. All right, let's find our campground for the night. Okay, I think we found it. We're here. Check this out. This is a Komatsu D155AX, and if it has the heavier blade on it, which it looks like it does. Yep, it's got the zigzaggy blade. There's about 102,000 pounds sitting right here. Got a kind of funny story about what happens when you try to haul one of these on not quite big enough of a trailer. But hey, we live and we learn. So, yeah, that's a big chunk of weight sitting there. Beautiful sunset over there tonight. That's looking off to the west. What is this guy doing? What are you doing?
Welcome to Crescent Valley, buddy! This is what we do for fun!
Yeah, because there's nothing else to do out here.
I'm having a great time.
So you never quite know what you're going to run into when you show up to Quincy. That's not how you do an engine swap.
Not even call a 12-cylinder in a Ford.
I think you're being a little ambitious with fitting that engine in that truck.
Oh, I got her in. She's installed. Oh, I love this. This is so much fun.
This is why you can't be left alone with
See,
equipment.
the problem is a single mother could have had that truck, but unfortunately I dropped an engine on it.
There's another one.
You know what? You're right. It's gone. Oops. My finger slipped. Hey, I got it. Why don't we put this one on this one?
Yeah.
Precision.
All right, we're here. We crushed some cars, as you saw. Hung out with Quentin a bit. We're gonna make some dinner. Something like this is what I wish factory would make. Just it's straight up meat, nothing else, which is what like I need. Then I'll wrap it in like a tortilla or something, and none of the vegetables and all the other stuff that I can't like eat. But all of their stuff is meant to be like a complete healthy meal all in one. But I'm not a healthy person, so I can't eat a healthy meal all in one. Heat on high for 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, let's start with 3. Everything you're seeing right now, the lights of the camper, the fridge over there that I should probably close, the microwave, the heater, air conditioner down there, the Starlink that I'm going to be putting up later. I'm just too lazy to do it just yet. All being run off of that EcoFlow Delta Plus down here, Delta 3 Plus right there. Like I said, we're not connecting the extra battery. We're making this unit do all the work all by itself, and it is just straight kicking ass. All right, we got some warm dinner. I'll heat up some tortillas, put meat in tortillas, and that's what I will eat for dinner tonight. No extras, no more than that. We just keep it simple. So it is the next morning, slept like a baby. Before we get into the unit itself, check out where we're at here. This is the Iron King yard where they take a bunch of old equipment from mines, construction companies, stuff like that. They buy it all up and they strip it down for parts, and they refurbish all the parts, do like complete factory rebuilds on them, and have new spare parts to sell to customers all over the world. This here is a 988 cat loader. Over here we have a big mining fuel truck. This is what goes in fuels and greases and lubricates all of these machines out on the mine sites. See spare cabs and parts all over the place. So we counted it up. There are currently 11 D10 dozers in various states of disassembly sitting in the yard. This one right here is what's currently getting disassembled. Here's some of its parts right here. What will happen is all these cylinders will get pulled off and set over there like that, and then they all get completely pulled apart, rebuilt with all brand new seals and ready to go for another machine. The frame like that right there will get sandblasted down, and all the pinholes here will get all checked out, line board, redone, ready to go, and then repainted. Here's some of the links for it. Same with the ripper box there. If it needs line bores and new pins, it'll get that. If not, it'll get checked over, see if it's just ready to go as is. And then these pieces can go to make another machine live on even longer. And this right here is the one we're working on today. This is a D10T. This is one of the actual rental machines that Iron King has that they rent out to customers to use. And we were gonna just put new tracks on it, and so it had some new shoes, but we found some bigger problems in the track frame. So now we're gonna be pulling this entire track frame off the side of the machine and replacing it with another one, which makes it really handy that they're the parts place and have all kinds of parts machines laying out back over here. All right, let's take a look at the machine itself. Now you can see this thing has had a complete redesign over the Delta 2 that we're used to. And on the front here, you see one of the big things is they moved all the AC power ports up to the front, which I'm a huge fan of. It works out way better for how I have it stored, especially in this camper and a couple of other things I've done with it, because you can plug right in here and see all your controls. Up top, you can turn your AC power on and off, your USB power on and off. It's got 4 USB ports, 2 USB-As, 2 USB-Cs, and then on the back here, it's got your normal 12-volt socket plug, and then 2 5-amp 12-volt outlets. That's 13 total outlets on this unit, and all of them can be used at the same time. Now also, even though this thing is a little bit smaller than the Delta 2, the power output went up. This thing will put out on the X Boost mode 1800 watts with a surge rating of 3600 watts, which is absolutely nuts out of something the size of a lunchbox. And on the back here, open this up, you see you got your 12-volt socket there. But here you got 2 solar inputs, or you can use one of those as a solar input and the other be like the 12-volt input off your car, so you can use the 2 at the same time. You've got your smart cord plug right here, and you got your AC power. And on the AC power, this thing will take in 1500 watts of AC power, which goes from 0 to 100% charge in 56 minutes. So in under an hour, 100% charge from 0 to 100, which is absolutely crazy. If you're charging off of solar, it takes, I believe it's 1000 watts of solar input, which is 70 minutes of charge time, hour and 10 minutes. You can also plug it in here with a smart cord to like the smart generator, and this thing will run the smart generator where it starts it up when it drops down to a certain level, charges it up, shuts the generator off when it gets to a certain level, and you can adjust all those settings in the app where it does that. One of the big things on this, speaking of generators, which is normally known for power outages, is this thing can be used as a UPS, an uninterrupted power supply, and that is where you have sensitive electronics like a computer, medical devices, incubator for your chicken eggs, all kinds of stuff like that that you cannot have go dead in a power outage. You can plug this unit into the wall, plug your device into this unit, and it will run off the wall power, bypassing the battery but keeping the battery full. Then if your power goes out, this thing will automatically switch over to using the AC outlets, and it does it in less than 10 milliseconds. So your device will never even know the power went out. So if you want to unlock all the power potential of the EcoFlow Delta 3 Plus, check out my link down in the description below, or you can go to ecoflow.com and use the code EFD3P Casey, I believe is what it is. I'll put it right here. It's EcoFlow Delta Plus 3 Casey, EFD3P Casey. I believe, like I said, I'm going to put it right here on it for sure. That has all the details to the sale on this thing and the discount you can get on it. Also, I'll have a link to EcoFlow's Amazon store as well as their direct site down below in the description and the pinned comment. Huge thank you to EcoFlow for sponsoring another one of my videos. They've been a great long-time partner. Their products are amazing. I've been using them for years now. I've been nothing but happy with them. My viewers who have bought them and other viewers who have bought their stuff and commented on my videos have been incredibly happy with them. You'll see for yourself in the comments down below. Thank you guys again for watching. If you want to see more of what we're doing here in Nevada, I don't think it's the next video that's coming out because this one kind of had to jump in front of some others due to the release date of this unit. But in a couple videos, we got a whole video on what we're doing here in Nevada. And let's just say, like I said, today is day 3. It's been a long week. So make sure you subscribe if you want to see that, and we'll see you there. Now, Quentin, you know what you got to say? First of all, show everybody what you're doing for dinner right now.
Get ready to be impressed.
You're barbecuing pizza and dino nuggets.
Yes. And look at that pizza. This is something like Dave Portney is going to be like 7-2. That's a 7-2 pizza right there. Just wait.
Okay, now you got to say thank you to EcoFlow for sponsoring the video, and everybody check out the link in the description down below to get theirs.
Thank you to EcoFlow for sponsoring the video, and check out the link in the description. Check out the link in the description.
To get your own.
To get your own EcoFlow.